Right. So it's actually crazy how we're shifting in time right now. Right. So the 242. No. Scrap that. The 34, 243. They're meant to be evolving from Gemini 3s to Street Deck Electrics. Mad. So this is giving the HVs a lot of room to spread their legs about and move on to other routes. Now, I have this one brethren. He told me that he had a prediction of Dartford receiving HV Gemini 3s to replace all their DWs. Now, with the 242 spreading legs for its HVs, 243 and the 34, obviously it's been confirmed there's going to be majority of them moving to GY to replace their DWs. But 34 uses a few HVs, so it is giving them it does use a few, so they have quite a few of them to move to Dartford if GY haven't taken them all. But yeah, the news I'm hearing now is actually interesting. And I just heard that the 257 has been retained. I mean, it's getting retained, but the contract has started. I mean, it hasn't started yet. Sorry. It hasn't started yet, but the contract is meant to start this year, yeah, with electrics at some point. Now, this is funny because I kid you not, about 2 days ago I was thinking about it in my head. I didn't hear about this, yeah. 257. I know Stagecoach are probably gonna retain this route of electrics. They're gonna keep it. I knew Stagecoach were keeping it, although I do want 257 to go back to Go Ahead. They suited it more in my opinion. Actually, no, because Stagecoach have actually had the route before Go Ahead London took over it, and then Stagecoach got it again. Or was it the other way round? Go Ahead had it first, Stagecoach took it. Go Ahead. I don't know what was going on. It was a back and forth thing, just like the 246. Stagecoach and Go Ahead keep rivaling between that route. Yeah. So yeah, it's actually interesting what's going on with the contracts, because I've also heard that. What else did I hear? What else did I hear? Um, yes, the SL1. Now the Superloop contracts, they only last for about 1 year maximum. They're really short contracts. The first starting Superloop contracts, the contracts that these Superloops have when they first get introduced, they're very short. For some reason, I think TFL's just allowing companies to use the existing shit they got, so they can survive a bit. After that, it's normal contracts or you're not keeping this route. Basically, I will say though, these companies, the pressure that's on them to get electrics, to keep buses and to keep consistently keeping their buses in shape and to keep moving buses about. Bro, their effort is underrated. All these bus companies, because when you actually deep it, yeah, it takes a lot of work to do all of this. The amount of money it takes to keep all these buses in shape, to get all these new buses. Can you afford a new Electroliner, bro? Bro, nah. It's bro. I honestly don't think people have the right to be stepping on a bus, bro, because these buses are expensive. let alone drive it for free as the bus driver. All you have to do is sign up for that company. Like, you have to apply for the job, and you know, even being an engineer, you're touching all its parts. What? And that bus costed like million, like flipping thousands, and you're just touching it for free, just because you work there. What? Like, bro, like these buses here, some like they're actually, like these buses, they're actually, damn. Like, I think we're very lucky to have public transport, because they cost so, bro, that we can just walk on these whenever we want to, and they cost so much money for these companies to buy, but yet we get to access them freely, bro. It's even actually no, I'm not gonna go too far into it, because I'm not trying to make like people get onto me for specific stuff. But I was about to say something on the lines of, someone could, like, that guy that was, because there was these people, yeah, they were actually, um they took a bus for a joyride. I think it was this one guy. It was a ALX 400. It was from Arriva Garston back in them times. He just took it for a joyride. I don't blame him. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that, because I'm not trying to throw myself out here. You know, if anything happens, and I'm the person that's caught walking near the scene, and I've said something, and it actually wasn't me, they would still think it is me, because of the evidence they've gathered, and from what I'm saying online. So I'm not really gonna say too much in it. Well, I was imagining, but yeah, actually, nah. Let me say, people even joyriding buses sometimes. I mean, I'm not saying it's a normal thing to do, but I mean, it's very rare. Actually, it's rare. It's rare, especially in London. It's rare. People actually steal buses. That's how valuable they are. These people are realizing how valuable these buses are. Like, they're very expensive. Of course, you're gonna want to steal that. Actually, I'm not saying I'm gonna steal it. I'm not saying I'm gonna steal a bus. Of course, of course. But you get what I mean. Like, these buses, they're very valuable. These transport in general, trains, planes, bro. These are big vehicles with loads of like tech on them, and you get to access them for free. Like, okay, you get my point. But yeah, I still find that astonishing. And there's billions of them that you can access them easily, and they're everywhere. It's very unnoticed, that fact alone. But yeah, I must say it's interesting to see how stuff are moving currently. And yes, I have seen pics. Yeah, um, I've been seeing pics. Yeah, Abellio are starting to, Transport UK are starting to get the facelifted street deck electrics. Yeah, I've started to see that. I'm not talking about the single decker ones. I'm talking about the double decker ones. I've started to see pics of them. There's hardly any. There's hardly any. Yeah. So you'll barely see if you research it right now. You'll barely see any. But I've seen pics of some with the new front. For those of you man wondering, this year, right, I've said that facelift facelift street decks are coming into play this year. No more non-facelifts, fully facelift this time. Yeah. Personally, it's an on and off relationship for me. One minute I hate it, one minute I like it, because I'm trying to give it a chance, and I'm like, okay, this ain't that bad, because we're doomed out here. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, we're moving in time. Designs are getting shit. They think even the car manufacturers, they're starting to lose it a bit, like BMW. I don't know what BMW think they're pulling off, but it's not the same BMW I liked before. I'm sorry, even Mercedes are letting me down. I'm sorry. Every manufacturer's letting me down at this point. It's not even a joke. But yeah, as I was saying, the Riot Boss new front, I keep ranting on about this recently. Bro, I mean, I look at it in some ways and I try compare it to other bus buddies for me to accept it. And I say this before, us in the bus community, we need to adapt to change more. Okay, you're losing your stuff, but you're getting new stuff that will settle in and have different outcomes. And these buses will exist for like 15 years and you never know what route they're going to move to next. Like these older buses move into other routes to replace other buses and then eventually go on themselves. It'll be interesting to see electric start to get replaced themselves in the future. Like, let's look at the 312 EMCs currently. Yeah, they're like what, like 2014, so they're like 10 years now. I mean, yeah, they're like 10 years now. Yeah, 10 years. Can you imagine? Right. So give that like 6 more years. Yeah, they're gonna be too old to be running about. And I don't even know how they're surviving right now. Actually, no, they're barely surviving because they're getting told like every second. And apparently they're planning to give them into the hands of Fulton Heath, which will do an even shitter job. I can't even imagine Fulton Heath with them though. It's not gonna turn out good, honestly. But yeah, I'm excited for all these changes. 2nd of March. I've talked about this in another video, so you can go to that. It's London Bus News. This will be London Bus News too. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy for all this, man. I'm not really ashamed because as much as I hate the new looks and shit, the interiors aren't bad. I don't hate the interiors at all. Um, and I've also been hearing word that the 151 is going to get electroliners. So it comes to play. It comes to me that it comes to my mind that the electroliner demo go ahead trialed wasn't a waste after all. They said yes, we actually need some for the 151 because the Enviro 400 EVs are too long and then ADL ain't making shorter ones. Hopefully, the MK2 ADL EVs will um will get passed around throughout companies because this year they fully commenced public order. They fully came out. So you got the E100 EV. It's confirmed that's coming to London. TFL want that. I've been seeing like I've been seeing like images. E400 EV. I want a Reefer to get that. Imagine that for the 34, because 34 with a Reefer was using ALX 400s. So for that to go to literally ALX 400 electrics, that would be interesting. Just like how the I call them ALX 400 electrics, yeah, because if you think about it, it basically is, yeah. It's just like the 450 used to use ALX 200s and now it's at electric ALX 200s. Because you see the MMC body, I've said this before in a video, it's kind of square based, like it's kind of square based but with minor curves, just like the ALX 200. I kind of see the similarity in there. I kind of see it. Can you not? Can you not? From the front, look at the front. and compare it to the ALX 200, the MMC E200. Yeah, just compare it to the ALX. Compare Enviro 200 MMC to the ALX. You will see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for all this stuff to come. It's gonna be nice to see how all these buses settle in. SL1. Now, SL1's going electric if I didn't say this already, so its HAs could move to the route they were destined to go to. W3. Yeah, W3 was meant to get them originally, but SL1 took them for some reason. Because that's what was available. Yeah, there's some electrics that still haven't came yet. I mean, there's been one 276 BZL, Stagecoach BZL. There's one single decker BZL for Stagecoach London that's turned up. There hasn't been there hasn't been any sign of the 152 SEEs yet, which was meant to come like in December last year. There hasn't been any sign of 157 EEs yet. There hasn't been any sign of I don't think I'm gonna talk about anything else. The P12 SCEs, they're here, but they're scattering about in different parts of Go Ahead London. I've been seeing the pics of them. It's nice because they're the only SCEs currently to have the new logo. Obviously, when the newer ones come, they'll all have it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, you man. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think this is pretty interesting to see how the boss generations are aging and turning out as time goes on. I just pray TFL resign, bro. I pray TFL they allow companies to do their own vinyls and liveries. Please, just bring that shit back, man. It made buses much more iconic in London. Honestly, it made the companies way more iconic. Buses are just characterless without the skirts, the flipping liveries, man. They're characterless. They're characterless without it. I'm not even trying to gas it. I just miss that shit. Honestly, it was way more iconic. I don't know what TFL think they're doing sometimes. Sometimes TFL are ridiculously boring and on this NPC shit. Like, anyways, that's what I wanted to say, man. Take care.